Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to create a new project which is catching the fruits. So today we are going to create some sprites. We'll be adding some sprites, and so there will be a bowl at the bottom and all the fruits randomly falling from the top. So what we are going to do is we'll be catching the fruits using the arrow keys on our keyboard. We'll control the movement of the bowl. And today, with this project, we are going to learn a very key feature, which is cloning. So we have already discussed about this in our control section. So today we are going to practically apply how this cloning works. Okay, so without any delay, let's start the project. Let's delete Toby and let me name the project fruit catcher. So we are going to catch the fruits, and for that we need a bowl. So if you go to food section in the sprites, you can see a bowl. And with this, let's also add a backdrop. Yeah, I'll add this one. And the bowl seems a bit small, so I just want to increase its size, increase its width. Yeah. Now, if you increase the size will increase throughout. So I just want to make it wider. So I'm just using this costume editing option. And let's go back to the blocks. In this bowl, we'll be catching the fruits. So for that, we need a fruit as well. So for all the fruits, the program is going to be the same. So I'll just program for one sprite, one fruit, and after that I'll just duplicate the same fruits so that we don't have to program all the sprites individually. So let's program the bowl first. So the context here is, at first, whenever you start the project, start the game, it will ask you for the countdown. So like say for example 30 seconds or 1 minute, 2 minutes. So you just enter number of seconds, and then that many that much of time you can play the game. That would be your countdown. So let's go to variable and let me rename this, which is countdown. And I'll make one more variable score so that whenever you catch a fruit, the score will get increased. I'll decrease the size of it to maybe 70, just some random thing. Okay, this seems appropriate. And then now, simple thing, we are going to ask a question. How much time you want to play? In seconds, of course. Because if they give us them in minutes, like 1 minute or 2 minutes, we have to consider so many cases here. So let's make it simple. Let's keep it simple in seconds. And now we have to set the variables. So set countdown to whatever the answer comes here, and then set score to 0. That's now we have the answer block. So whatever the countdown number of seconds you get, that will be setting as a countdown. Then we have to make a starting position for the ball. So I'll just make it 0, and y would be around, I'll just round it off to 120. So whenever you click green flag, you'll get the answer. You'll get to answer the question. I'll just answer it 60 seconds. As you can see, countdown became 60 now, and score is 0. Okay, now you have to make this project only for the countdown seconds, right? So we'll just repeat the block for answer times, or let's make it, yeah, answer times. And then we'll just change the variable countdown by -1, as if we are reducing the number of seconds, and this has to happen every 1 second. So I'll just wait for 1 second, then count down -1. So how much of the time you have mentioned here, that many times this will be cycled. And then you have to stop everything after the countdown. So we'll just stop all. And oh, this has to be in the bowl. Okay, let's delete it from the apple. Okay, y is around -150. So I'll just keep it at -150. Okay, so 60 seconds. So as you can see, countdown becomes 60, and this is the starting position of the bowl. And this is how it works. Then apple, the fruit. Oh, for the bowl, we also have to program its movements, right? So when right arrow key pressed, we'll just move, change x by 10. Then when left arrow key pressed, we just make it -10. Then for apple, so we'll do one thing. Anyway, when green flag is clicked, obviously the countdown has to be asked, so the fruit should not fall. So we'll broadcast a message over here after setting the score and everything, which is start game. Now this is where the countdown starts. So we'll start the game also there itself. So when I receive start game, what we have to do? First thing is we have to set its position. So and also we will. Okay, where is Apple? Oh, it's hiding. Okay, so we have to hide it in the program. Excuse me. So yeah, we'll hide it and we'll take this to over here. Now, as you can see, the starting position in the y-axis is around 157. So we'll round it off to 150. And okay, let's make it look like it's coming out of the frame, which means it's around 188. So I'll round it off to 190 or just 200. Then x value, it should be random, right? So it should be coming from here or anywhere to the right side. So the x-axis is 209. Again, I'll just round it off to 210. And in the negative value also, it will be -210. So we'll just pick a random number from -210 to +210. Now this has to be like forever, right? This has to like for now, I'll just keep it at -210. And this random value should be for the clone of the apple. Okay, this will be hiding. It will create clones of itself, and then that's it. From there onwards, it just stop falling from a random position. So when I receive game starts, oh sorry, not when I receive, yeah, okay, when I receive game starts, this has to happen, and then we will create its clone, create a clone of myself. And when I start as a clone, we have to go to random positions from -210 to +210. And this has to happen again and again. So we'll just keep it in a loop. And obviously it has to not be continuous thing. We have to wait for some time. And this has to be random again so that you don't know when the fruits will fall off. So I'll just wait for. Okay, I'll tell you a secret how to create, how to calculate this. First of all, this will go to a random position. Then it has to fall down all the way down, right? So let's say for example, all the way down here. So the y value is -170, let's say. It started at 200, so we'll end it also at 200, which means you have to travel, you have to make the fruit travel 400 steps. So we'll just repeat and change y by -10 because it has to come down and it has to travel 400 steps. So the product should be 40 over here. Okay, So 40 times 10 is 400. Since it is negative, it comes down. So it comes 400 steps downwards. Then we'll also include a weight block over here, which is around zero point 0.1 or zero point 0.2, so that it feels a bit faster. So if you want to make it faster, you can reduce this time. If you want to make it slower, increase the time. Now, as you can see, 40 times zero point 0.1, which means this entire cycle happens for 4 seconds. 40 times zero point 0.1 is 4, so 40 seconds, which means you have to pick a random value from 3.5 to 4.5, so that the moment it reaches down, there'll be another clone of the apple randomly somewhere here and there. Okay, and this is how it works. Then, yeah, that's it. We have only one more thing to take care of, which is for the score. Whenever this touches the bowl, it has to create a score, like it has to increase the score. So if within this journey, if it is touching the bowl, then we will increase the variable score by 1. And then after that, we don't have any purpose with the apple, since after it touches the bowl, so we'll just delete the clone after changing the score. Also, after this journey, we don't need the clone anymore, right? So we'll delete it then as well. So we'll delete it in two cases. One is when it is fallen off onto the bowl, or when it is completely at the bottom, which is completing its journey. Even though it's not on the bowl, we'll just make it disappear. And that's it. This is the program for apple. And now we'll just duplicate this. We'll be having multiple apples here, but instead of that, we can use different fruits. So go to costumes. Here you can just click on the costumes, go to the food section. You can add any other fruits and then delete the apple costume, so that the program will be the same and we don't need any other changes because we are not using the names of the sprites here. So yeah, then for apple 3, same thing, costumes, go to the food section, add any other fruits, yeah, maybe the watermelon, then delete the apple, so that, as I said, you don't have to write the same piece of code again and again. So strawberry, just delete this, and let's name the strawberry is done. Watermelon. Okay, so we have the bowl: apple, banana, watermelon, and strawberries. Okay, technically this is bananas. Okay, now that's it. We got all the code that we need, and let's start the game. So okay, when I click green flag, let's also hide these, make them go there when I receive green flag, so that at first we don't even see the fruits. Only when green flag is clicked, we can loop it. And also one more thing, since we are hiding, we have to show the clones. Yeah, that is one more thing we have to take care of. When I start as a clone, show. Okay, perfect. So let's start the game then. So all the fruits are gone. I'll just play it for 30 seconds to show you the demo how it works. Let me put it in the full screen. When green flag is clicked, it asks me for the time, 30 seconds. Okay, I'll catch melon. So as you can see, these are completely random. So how many ever you catch that much of score you get. 4, 5. Okay, still have 12 more seconds, and my score is already at 11. And right now I'm controlling the bowls movement using the arrow keys, right and left arrow keys. Okay, so within 30 seconds I scored 18. So comment down whatever is your time and how much score you got. Let me see if you can beat me. Okay, thank you for watching the video, and if you like the video, like my explanation, please like the video and also subscribe the channel. Thank you for now, and that's it for today. We'll meet again with a new video with a new problem statement. Thank you.